So I wanted to share some more with you about what's going on with Korea and the U.S. trade deal. Essentially, there was this article that came out by Reuters that gave an inside look, and it basically said the team was really prepared, and all they had to do was say nice things about Trump and speak really simply, simple words. We also want to show you a bit of Korea. This is Busan. You can see it's really a great day out here. And you know why I'm showing you this stuff is because a lot of times people don't know that much about Korea. And one of the biggest things that you want to know is that Koreans work really hard.
We do. That's why, you know, after Korean War, 1945, we destroyed everything. We built it very quickly.
Right. So they refer to it like as a Bali culture. Bali.
Not the Bali. Bali
culture. Hurry culture. Which is also kind of funny because it is the same as the code to call the country, which is 82 or PAL-E. So it sounds like Pali culture. So the reason why I bring that up is because as they've been going through all the news and you're hearing more reports of this, the Koreans are actually pretty happy about the deal.
But I'm hoping that our president's gonna meet, in 2 weeks, right? I hope he doesn't, Sharpie, right in front of the,
Oh, change the deal?
Yeah, change the deal. That's what's the Trump.
That is certainly a possibility. So that has been part of the talk. President Lee from Korea will go to the White House in a couple of weeks, but there's no set date. And Trump changes his mind all the time, so who knows? And then the other problem is Trump lately, in front of foreign leaders, he just starts saying all sorts of weird stuff. Here's Trump tweeting out today, seems to be confessing, tariffs are making America great and rich again. They were successfully used against the USA for decades. And here's the confession. Coupled with really dumb, pathetic, and crooked politicians, we're having a devastating impact on the future and even the survival of our country. He always confesses when he writes this stuff. He's really talking about himself.
What we need to do, we had the biggest deal, huge deal in the world. And we even made a word for Moscow.
It was Make America Shipbuilding Great Again.
Yeah, I think that itself make Trump happy, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
That's why we had a deal.
So part of the preparation was actually really funny. The trade team on Korea, it was actually kind of like debate prep. So if you guys followed the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, they would have someone dress up like Trump, like an actor basically, and speak like Trump. So the trade team in Korea did the same thing where they all changed turns of who is going to be Trump, and they would practice. And they said that Trump has a very terse way and direct way of speaking, but when they say this stuff in public, it's more like Trump's an idiot. We know he's an idiot, but we have to think of different ways to say it. And then they would practice in different scenarios.
Yeah. And probably, when they practice and they can I say attack each other?
Oh, yeah. The other thing that's really interesting about being prepared, it sounds like, and I don't think it's just the Koreans, I have a feeling many countries do this, you're sharing information with each other because they were saying they were picking up tactics of what the Americans are going to try to do.
Yeah.
So you would have heard reports, because a lot of the stuff is public. You know who Lutnick is, you know who Basen is, you know who Greer is, you know these kind of things. And so they've literally been studying them, and they came up with essentially a decision model, they say this, you're going to do this, like a game plan.
So just at this moment, so far, we had 2 examples in Japan and EU. So people studied really hard, what they did.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. You could argue Vietnam, you could argue Malaysia, any number of things, right?
Who actually had a deal?
Well, I wouldn't call any of these deals to begin with, but I know what you're saying. Similar. We'll say similar frameworks of a plan or concepts of an idea, whatever you want to say it. But the point being, though, Koreans are really prepared. And it's been really noticeable. I just been thinking about it today, all day, because I've been reading through all this stuff, and we've been talking about it in the community. In America, these days, people feel real shame over Trump, myself included. It's shame, the guy's a moron.
Consumer spending is up, business investment is way up, domestic manufacturing is way up, real disposable family income is up, and personal savings are up. Other than that, we're not doing so great. We have the hottest country, and I'll tell you, it's a great. We're having a lot of fun with it. At the same time, we dramatically slash.
We can figure out no is not the right word. We can figure out they're using a template for the letters.
Yeah.
It's probably written by ChatGPT or something because the language in it is really bizarre, and they're all, it's like a form letter. I mean, it's just, and here's another problem is in much of these teams or even at embassies, stuff like that, we don't have enough people who speak foreign languages. Or even know the culture. I'm telling you, they're completely unqualified.
The foreign affair, they should have full of those kind of people.
Yeah, but a lot of these people quit, and they've been firing a lot of people, and just we don't. No, I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, you should have this kind of stuff, but everything that I've been seeing about the Trump team is just we're understaffed. We're completely unqualified, and it becomes obvious when Greer is the head of this thing. Like it's obvious.
Yeah, I felt like when he giggle on TV, make fun of Korea team.
That's Letnick. That's Letnick.
Yeah, Letnick. He's kind of make fun of Korea teams working really hard, right? They follow to Scotland. They wanted to talk to me in my house. We want to do a good job. That's how we do it.
Well, from Letnick's point of view, and if you guys know what we're talking about, is he has many public statements basically making fun of the Koreans, right? And they've been playing that over and over and getting our news.
Can working people possibly get a little bit of rebate because of all the tariff revenue the United States is bringing in?
Exactly. So, when they did the big, beautiful bill, they don't count the tariff revenues. So these tariff revenues are going to be 600, then 700, then 800, then 900. And over the course of his presidency, they could easily hit $1 trillion a year. So the president is thinking about, look, I've created this value, right, from the power of the American economy, from all our people and all their consumption. Why not figure out a way to share some of that money with the people of America? And I'm telling you, he's thinking about it. He hasn't made a decision, but he's thinking about it. He floated it. And the beauty of Donald Trump is—
Can he do it without Congress?
I don't know. I haven't studied it yet. I've just sat with him and I've listened to him talk about it both publicly and privately. I mean, he's interested. He cares so much about the American people.
It's kind of like this is like if you have these mafia guys that say like, wouldn't it be a shame if your family got hurt, or wouldn't it be a shame if your store got hurt or whatever? And, they basically try to threaten you.
Yeah.
Now, from the Korean perspective, they didn't give up that much.
Really?
Some people are saying they didn't give up anything. So, for example, because I want to make it clear some of the stuff they were talking about, the Americans really wanted Korean maps.
Oh, because we're kind of blocked. So when you come to Korea, it's kind of negative. You can really use Google Maps.
Yeah, so Google and Apple they work.
Yeah, they work, but
not high detailed.
Yeah, not 100%.
So the local companies here have like really high detailed maps, and that's something that the Koreans have decided we want to protect our local, tech companies and not necessarily give that information to everyone. So that one wasn't on the table. The Trump people really wanted to increase Korean military spending and basically sell us more American weapons. That wasn't part of it either.
Not at all. He said not at all.
Another one was they wanted to take the old cows, basically, that are more likely to get mad cow disease.
That was really greedy, in my opinion, because Korea is #1 country who's import American meat.
Sure, we already take a bunch of...
But they want more. And it's already Korea 99.7% food market is all open. Just, like 10 items we are protecting. They just want, open everything, but we gotta protect our market.
Yeah, and the farmers were out protesting. That's a very strong political group, etc.
So it's funny that, when they are negotiating, they're showing the farmers protesting pictures and videos. So this is really sensitive in Korea. So they are using that photo when they're pushing that.
They were trying to sell us rice too, I think.
Yeah, rice too, but it's not.
Yeah, they're really trying to, and then
that's one of 10 items. We're not open.
Yeah.
So as Yeji was saying, the Korean trade team actually prepared a slide deck that included video and photos of Koreans out protesting against American food. Basically, they wanted to show, hey, this is a red line. We're not taking your American hormone-filled and old cow meat. We don't want it. We don't take it. And plus the farmers are lobbying as well. But it wasn't just the farmers. You can see there was quite a lot of people out protesting. And these are the photos that they showed the American trade reps.
Other thing they were talking about as well is accept all American cars. the thing with the car stuff, and this is the same with Europe or other places, you can try to sell them here. Try,
What if no one wants to buy it?
Yeah, and you can't force a consumer to buy your crap.
Yeah.
And so like actually on our way here today, I was just telling you, we just saw one of the Hyundais. Like if you guys, because you guys don't have all the models in USA that we have here. If indeed the country, and talking about USA side, because they keep encouraging Korean companies to keep coming, you're going to probably see products that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, some of the stuff is really nice.
Hyundai, Kia, they have a lot more cars than you think.
Yeah. You'll be really, really surprised. Yeah. And I'm just telling you, like I like cars. I think they're cool. And it's not. I'm not just saying, hey, only buy Korean. I mean, I tell you before, Japanese brands are good. German brands are really good as well.
Chinese
right? Even Chinese brands. There's a lot of car brands out there to choose from. So, and from a consumer's point of view, when it's your money, you just take the best thing available.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty natural thing, and you're going to start to see that.
Go into some of the devil in the details for the EU deal. Is everyone going to be driving an American car now, and they're going to get rid of all the Mercedes and Porsches and Audis? How?
Correct. Every single European will be driving an American vehicle. No, but they are going to be reducing their tariffs. They're going to be accepting aspects of American auto standards. They're going to be reducing their tariffs on all industrial goods shipped by the U.S. So think chemicals, medical devices, et cetera. They're going to be reducing their tariffs on a number of agricultural goods.
Well, Trump makes the final decision. Let Nichols say, I set the table, and Trump makes the final decision. So it's like
they just only say one big word, right? Like $10 billion, 90%. That's all they're saying.
But it has no basis on reality.
And we're not really signed yet, too.
And then the Americans constantly lie about stuff, which is say like here in Korea, it's just really different. Like the news and we're telling you like all of the different things that the point by point by point. It's like really clear, right?
And these days, there is the media room. The journalists ask the question, they just answer right away. And if they don't know, it's not done. They just say it's not done, and they don't know yet.
The whole environment's really different, and honestly, it represents the differences in culture. The biggest thing is, so for example, guys, we just have a conversation. Like literally, it's just a conversation. There's no script or anything like that. Like I'm just talking to AG talks to me, and we talk. In USA, everything's for entertainment. It's all heavily edited. It's all heavily scripted. And a lot of the people that you'll see, be it TV or YouTube or whatever, they're basically actors. And I'm trying to be nice about it, but it's pretty obvious. Especially like, for example, today we had like the GDP thing come out.
Yeah.
And what it is like each party will send whatever person is going on TV, and they have to say, these three things, right? Even if it's like just partial truths. And so then you have two sides saying partial truths.
Yeah.
And then as a regular audience, I think the natural question is, what's the truth? That's a natural question. Just tell me the truth. Just give me a straight answer. And people act like all the time in the USA that they get like irritated that politicians or people you see on TV don't give a straight answer. And because everyone does that, you think that's normal, but it's not normal. It's bizarre. And so to see like this whole process from the Korean point of view, dealing with the Americans, this is sort of why I've been sort of attacking this way. Just the faults in America become really, really obvious. And the best way to describe it is the USA has stopped developing their people,
they just want to go back to manufacturing country again.
Yeah, that's Trump's point of view, and a lot of it has to do with money. So from the American perspective, when you go to school, people say, hey, the business person makes money, so I just want to be the business person, or I want to go into finance because finance makes money. And so America's basically like that's sort of what they are, the financial hub. And then the idea is then we hire other people to do the work.
Yeah.
And so there's this culture out there in America where like no one wants to do the work. They just want to make money, which I understand everyone likes money. I'm not stupid, but the problem is if like you start to demolish education and demolish the culture of what got you to the position to be a leading country, you end up where the Trumps and the stuff that you have now, and you have a population that can't even detect like that they're lying to you on a nonstop basis. So that's what we try to do, is just tell you guys the truth, and that's probably why things feel different here. why it looks different here, just sharing it with you guys. So anyway, that's what we're talking about. I want to hear your thoughts, and catch you on the next video. So bye.